Good new, welcome back to New Hampshire Vintage. My name is Wyatt, and today we are going to fix the sending unit problem, allegedly, on this 2008 Sportsman with tracks. We took it out for a ride last video, and it did awesome until it didn't. And the screen is flashing. That indicates a sending unit failure or a wiring problem with it. And it seems like it's cutting out to one cylinder or just not getting enough fuel, which gives me more reason to believe that it's a sending unit failure. So I ordered on Parts Giant actually that day and ordered a sending unit for a 800 EFI, well, for a 2008 Sportsman with the 800 EFI, which is what this is. And it actually came the following morning. They overnighted it, and it was free shipping, and I couldn't be happier. I just, yeah, parts unlimited. Seems like pretty good. This is a Moose Racing, if you can see. It's a Moose Racing sending unit. It looks the same, allegedly. Hopefully it bolts right on and plugs in, and just out with the old, in with the new, and see if that solves this issue. Be nice to have a gas gauge working again too. So just kind of show you here. Sorry if you can hear the heater in the background. Shop's warming up. It's a yucky rainy day, but it's chilly out. So there's the kind of like the screw-on cap that holds in place onto the tank. I don't know if this one has the one that has all the like, it's like 6 screws holding it in. But we'll find out. And then packaged very nicely is the new sending unit. You see the sock, there's the float, and you just clip on the fuel line there, and that's where you plug her in. Very simple. It's kind of like an old car sending unit, like you get like an old Chevelle or something, or whatever. So yeah, we'll put this off to the side. So what we really need to do is take this whole front end plastic off, and to get to the sending unit, you might be able to MacGyver trying to get this part off to get to it, but I know it's under the tank here. So let's just start taking pieces off. It would be a lot easier just to get the whole thing off. I don't think I have to do the rear, obviously. So let's start taking that off and get going. All right, guys, quick, copyright music. All right, guys, we're at a kind of a mid-update here. I got this whole quad close to being taken all apart that we needed. It actually went a little easier than I thought. I actually never took off the front plastics before. I found a little like mulch pile up there. And probably the longest part was trying to figure out getting, let's see if I can show you. There's little, as I tip this thing over, there's little bolts. You can see it right there in those 4 holes keeping the back on. I thought it was just 2 bolts on the side. So yeah, that took me a second to figure that out. And once I figured out, that part came off, and then I could get to the lower parts. So we're almost there. We have a kind of like a breather for the clutch belt. And if you look underneath there, you can see that cap. So it is the right, looks like the right cap for this one, which is good. It gives me good good intentions, because that thing wasn't cheap, you know. It was 160 bucks. But I called Polaris and well, the dealer, and they're like, yeah, you're probably better off just getting an aftermarket one, because Polaris is charging $500 for one of those. So that's what I did. So I really don't want to get all this loose. It looks like, because I had this off before just to check the clutches when I bought it, I might, it's gonna be tight, but I might be able to get a screwdriver right there, see if I can loosen this up, see if I can just get this piece off so I can get behind there. And I'm hoping I don't have to do anything with the bars. I'm hoping it can kind of finagle out. So let me, oh, those two are loose, that's nice. Did put a new air box in, or a new air filter in this. Let me see if I can get that off, and then we could start working on that. This might go a lot quicker than I thought. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing myself. Okay, I got the breather tube off. So you can see here there's a little fuel line clip, and it just clips into the top of the sending unit, and then there's a little electrical plug. Looks like it'll unclip somehow. So I'm just gonna take my time and finagle with those, and then it looks like we can just unscrew this. Big thing is to make sure your gas tank is fairly empty when you take that off, because as you can see, it is significantly lower. So obviously, common sense, if the gas is up here, you're gonna be spouting it. Which I think I'm at that point. I know I didn't put a whole bunch in, but if I need to, if it starts leaking, I can put my gas, actually what I can do right now is I'll put my thing in and just pump some out. And then I'll get these unclipped, and I will get this off, and I'll get an update for you guys once I get that off, see what it looks like. I'm not going to record me kind of fandangle with this, because I just want to take my time, really look at it. But it's fair. It seems very simple. Just clip, and then just unscrew, pops off. Update time. So I got the sending unit out. You can see where the gas was sitting, so that's where, just to be careful. I got this fuel line clip out. It's a little bit kind of stiff, so that's a little bit of a pain to kind of move out of the way, but I did get it. And then the plug is not actually on the sending unit. It's right here. So if you can see, it kind of goes up a little bit, and then it clips in from the top there, so you don't have to mess with it down below. As you can see on the old one, or the new one here. You can see the plug up here. So I got the old one out. Sock's fairly clean. It looks good. You can see it's a little grimy on top. I put a vacuum cap up there so it wouldn't leak when I was trying to undangle it. There's that plug. And yeah, there's your sending unit. So you also have, if you look here, you have your float. Can't really, I have, there, I'll rest it right there. You got your float. Well, this guy needs to go up. Let's just, and that tells obviously how much gas you have. Those like to go too. And yeah, but everything looks fairly good on this unit. So it does have a significant angle down. So I'm hoping the new one does as well, which it looks like it does, which is good. And we got the red, pink, and black. And we got red, pink, and black. So hopefully this just bolts right on and hooks right up. All right, guys, 18 hours has passed. I tell you what, that thing was a pain to get in. And it looks like it still might be leaking a little bit. Damn. We'll have to look into that, but there's no leak on the bottom. It looks like there might be a leak around the edge there. That's not good. Shoot. Well, either way, I'll look at that in a second. Looks like we got a working gas gauge again. Yep. What it looks like, it's leaking out of the top there. Yeah, looks like it's coming out of the bottom of the yellow cap. It's kind of hard to see, but and this one, I know it's different. I know it's a different kind, but it shouldn't be leaking like that. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna have to dive into that. Okay, guys. So if you look here, looks a little different, right? You shouldn't do that. Well, you shouldn't have to do this, because with a new sending unit, it should work the first time. So this is the new top part of the sending unit, and if you see, these two slide rails pretty much slide into those holes there. And then this little gizmo clicks on the top of the actual sending unit pump itself. So what was leaking was that guy and that guy, mostly the electrical plug. And it's kind of loose. I tried tightening it up the best I could. But I also didn't like the way how tight that orientation was, and I can't rotate these without, maybe I could if I really tried some force, but then I would probably end up making it worse. So I like the orientation of the old one better, because these are actually lined up perfectly, and it had a longer electrical line going, so it wasn't pulling on anything, and the other one was pretty short. So I ended up just changing out all the internals, and I pretty much just used the old top piece besides this. I didn't replace this, the old one's in, but I'll save that just in case. The only reason why I didn't use it is because I don't have those clamps, and I need to run and grab some or order some. So I'll keep this just in case if something changes. This lower part obviously is junk, but I might keep a couple parts out of it just in case if something, you never know, something goes wrong. But I'll show you here. I filled it up and got it everywhere, so that was good to tell if this was leaking or not. And if I turn it on now, yeah, she runs really good. There's no leaks coming out of the top here, no leaks coming out of the bottom. So, and this unit seemed like it fit a lot better than the aftermarket one. The aftermarket one seemed like it was slightly bent or something. So yeah, I think I got it. Shouldn't be something you should do with a part, but also this was an aftermarket part. I know Moose Racing is a fairly reputable brand, but yeah, it's just, I guess, the way it goes sometimes. And yeah, we'll just keep monitor on it, but I've had this thing sitting now for about 30 minutes, and I've been periodically starting it and letting the pump run, and yeah, nothing's leaking out, and I think we're good to go. So I'm going to start putting all these plastics back on, and I guess we can just try to run it. I mean, it's still snow out, but it's raining out today and yucky. But I think I can go out back of the house for a quick spin with this thing and see if it cuts out. I'll know fairly quickly if it does. Okay guys, we got her all put back together. It is downpouring right now, and I really don't feel like getting wet just to rip this thing around the yard real quick. So if it stops within the next hour or two while it's still daylight, we will try her out. If not, we'll try her tomorrow. Should be nice out then. And make sure that definitely was the sending unit. It sounds a lot better. I revved it up in neutral a little bit, kind of went back and forth in the shop here with the limited space I have, and it didn't hiccup. When before I could just start it right up, and if I gave it a couple revs, it would start spitting and sputtering like it wasn't getting enough fuel. So it seems like it fixed the issue. We'll see. But yeah, I'm becoming a expert now, taking apart these things. It actually isn't too bad. That sending unit was a little bit of a pain, but we got it. So yeah, I'll see you guys whenever it's nice out. All right, it's been about a week and a half, and we had a little something go wrong with this, and let me just show you real quick, and then we're gonna go for a quick ride. So I had everything put back together. The snow cleared up that day, and I was ready to go for a ride, and all of a sudden that Moose Racing fuel pump just stopped working. Now I thought it was maybe a wiring connection on the quad, so I put the old one back in, because the old one did work. It just wasn't strong, if that makes sense. It pumped fuel, but it just didn't have, it wasn't working 100%. And the quad started up, and I was able to move it out back, out of the way. So I ordered a $40 eBay special, say Osias, and I threw that in. And this one, I don't know if you can hear that, but it fired right up, and everything seems like it's working as it should. I haven't took this for a ride yet. I wanted to wait for you guys. So we are gonna take this out and see if it holds up. It might last a couple years, it might last the rest of the life of the quad, or it might last 20 minutes. I'm not fully sure with these cheap ones. I returned the Moose Racing pump to Parts Unlimited. They were very quick at replying to me and sending a return label and getting my money back, which was about 160 bucks. So, you know, it's quite a bit of money for one of those. The ultimate fix is to go with the Polaris brand one for 500, but I just couldn't justify spending that amount of money. Maybe I should. If this one fails, then I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do that. So I'm gonna put this one out of the way. This is the old factory pump. I'm just gonna keep it on the shelf just for extra parts, just in case. And we're gonna go for just a quick spin. It's very cold out there, so I don't wanna be out there long. Seems like it's working pretty good. I really need to take it for a longer ride, but I'll bring you guys with me real quick. This thing is unstoppable. As you can see, we just climbed a 3-foot snowbank, no problem. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It seems like that sending unit fixed the problem. I need to take it out for more of a longer spin to really determine that. Maybe there might be a problem if it heats up. But I mean, I've been riding this thing around now for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes and nothing yet. So I'm going to call that a win for now. I'll definitely keep you updated on this. I know this video isn't as popular as my sleds, but it's still cool nonetheless, and this will be a perfect ice fishing rig, towing out the Bob house, and it's just, come on, it's just cool. So I appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing and having some interest in these videos. This one wasn't really a eventful one, but I promise you we do have quite a bit of eventful videos coming up. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a few days.